Hey there, ladies and gents, welcome back to the vlog, welcome back to Startup Saturday, and welcome to the third episode in Basic Business Skills. So, in these last couple videos in this little mini-series that we're doing, I talk a lot about some operational things, like how to get your company incorporated, how to report profits and expenses and things like that. But today I want to talk about something of a more cultural aspect. And when you hear something that's referred to as corporate culture, that's basically the ideals and the kind of environment in which people work and the mentality that people hold collectively within the company about their products, about the community, and so on and so on. So whenever I say company culture, that's what I mean. It's, setting expectations or setting ideals in place for the company and its vision and things like that. And I think at the outset, one of the most important cultural aspects that you should consider is don't crap on your competition. Of course, I use crap instead of the more blunt word that I'm sure plenty of you guys are thinking of, but don't crap on your competition. What does that mean? Well, competition is the single driving force of our capitalist economy. So I go down to the grocery store and there's a couple different types of cereal and I have my choice of which cereal I want to be, and I like this cereal better than that one, and then the other brand is going to start competing with that brand, and they go back and forth, and competition drives innovation. So it basically forces the marketplace into a place where companies are constantly innovating and finding what's best for their customer or what's most economically advantageous for them as a company. And without competition, we would all have one choice, and that choice would cost $10 when the option, or when the cost to produce that thing is like 50 cents, and you'd have monopolies everywhere and it wouldn't be a good look. So competition is healthy. It's a natural part of our economy, and everywhere you go, no matter what business you're in, you're always going to have competition. Now, in my particular instance, with our company, we're a software startup, we do digital food and e-commerce solutions for small businesses. We are building a platform of services that allow small businesses to succeed. And it's kind of hard to explain, or it's kind of hard to put Food for Group in any one category, because what we're doing and the services that we're offering have never really been bundled or kind of presented together in the way that we're doing. So the best competition that I can mention, or the ones that are most familiar, would probably be companies like Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, Favor. Those are some of my competition, and it's just as easy, and you see this in software all the time. Steve Jobs and Bill Gates are a classic example. They would go back and forth and create this brand war, but eventually Steve Jobs needed help when he came back to Apple after selling Next, and Microsoft swooped in to help him out. They were competitors, but they had this little bout going on, and hopefully they kept it on a good footing, and so Steve was able to go to Bill and ask for the money that he needed. If you didn't know about that, definitely check it out, but Microsoft basically bailed out Apple in the late 90s, early 2000s, if I'm remembering correctly. So it could have been just as easy that Steve Jobs swear off Bill Gates completely and all that stuff, and there have been instances where he did, but there was a time where they were able to settle their differences and come together. The well wasn't so poisoned that neither of them couldn't come together and figure something out when the time needed it. So don't crap on your competition. So in my sphere, we've got Uber Eats, Grubhub, those guys. I wholeheartedly believe that Food for Group is the most robust digital food platform, and the technology that our teams are creating is incredible. It blows my socks off, and the way that we're helping businesses is incredible. It fills my heart with joy. But I also realize that Food for Group isn't going to be the best solution for everybody. There are some restaurants that just need delivery services. They're willing to pay the extra premium for whatever Uber Eats is. So that works for them. And as a business owner, you have a responsibility to your shareholders, but you also have a responsibility to your community and your customers. And we always say at Food for Group, I don't care if you use our service or not, I just want to help support you in whatever way I can. So if a business comes to us, we have a discussion, they decide not to do it, we're still going to support them. Like, we'll give them a follow on Instagram, we'll check in every once in a while. You just want to put those good vibes, because those customers are going to talk to other customers, and they may say that, hey, I didn't use Food for Group, but I think in this particular instance, Andrew and his team did a really great presentation. I think it could help out. So, whereas if you just totally crap on that customer, you crap on your competition, then they're going to be left with a sour taste in their mouth. It's like, you know what, man, I was thinking that Food for Group would be a good solution for you in this case, but Andrew and his team, they crap on everybody that they don't like. I would hate for you to have to go to them and then it doesn't work out and then your reputation is at stake. So you can see how crapping on your competition can be a big detriment, not only to your customers, but to your competition as well. And you'd be naive to think that your business and your service is going to work for 100% of your customers. It's not. That's not how the economy is structured. That's not how competition works. So you want to do your best, and you want to support as many people as you possibly can. You don't want to support 100% of the people, because you're never going to get 100% market share. So that in mind, you want to speak highly of your well, I don't want to say you speak highly of your competition, but you keep a positive air about your competition. It's like, hey, you know, they provide us some healthy competition. I think our services can do X, Y, and Z for you, whereas they can't, but I can understand if you want to use it for this particular situation. So you want to remain apprised of what your competition is doing, and you never, ever, ever want to completely just shut them out, or, you know, throw them out to the pasture and do old Yeller on them, because there will come a day when you may need some help from that competition, or they're slowly taking over and they're going to do a buyout of you, and you suddenly went from $100 million in valuation to $50 million of valuation because you said something a while back about the company and they just don't like you as much anymore. So all these forces are at play, and in order to stay on top of it, the best bet is to just not go down that rabbit hole. Don't crap on your competition. Realize that your competition is going to work for some people. Hopefully it's not going to work for the majority of people. Hopefully your product is going to work for the majority of people, but you're not going to get 100% market share. And you're certainly not going to get any closer to that by crapping on your competition and saying what a garbage job they're doing, because that's just not good business. That's not good ethics. That's not promoting good company culture. That's not promoting the economy and the community around you. That's not helping your customers. So be proud of what you're creating. Put it at the forefront of your discussions. Be honest with yourself. Be honest about what it can do and what it can't do. But at the end of the day, if your service can't do something and another service can, then it's best for your customer and for the community as a large for you to recommend that service. Long, rambling story, but long story short, don't crap on your competition, because there's going to come a day when you're going to need some help, or there's going to come a day where people are going to remember what you said and it's not going to look good for you. So healthy competition is putting your product at the forefront, being proud of what you do, but healthy competition is not continually putting other people down, because the more time that you spend putting other people down, the less time that you have to focus on your product and promoting it and getting it to the right people. So that was my little blurb for the day. I just wanted to share that with you guys, and we live in a very pro minimalization society, so everybody's trying to minimize each other. So I'd love to see if a couple companies, a couple startups would start putting some good vibes into the world and not just crapping on their competition, but instead focusing on bringing the community up and finding solutions to customers, even if it isn't just their own product. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. And if you want to continue the conversation, leave a comment down below. And if you're enjoying the video series and you want to see a notification every single time we put out a video, then hit that subscribe button and you'll get a notification every time we do. And we'll wrap up today's video the normal way, and that is by me saying, always remember, friends, that you are wanted, you are loved, and you are appreciated. You have a special talent that nobody else has, and the world is waiting on you to bring it out. So muster a little courage, go out into the world, and change it. That's what the world is waiting on.